Hey, Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews. Welcome back to NEBR, New England Beer Reviews. I review beers and ales that come from New England. And today I'm going to be reviewing one that's been in my cellar for about a year. This is the 2012 edition of the Shipyard Pugsley's series Barleywine style ale. Comes in with an alcohol by volume of 8.5% ABV. And this, again, I bought at the end of last winter, and it was fresh at that point. They usually put it out in the winter months. So this is about a year old. It's been sitting in my cellar, which usually generally runs between 55 to 60 degrees all year round, even in the cold months. So I'm interested in trying this a year after it's been cellared. And I think I've had this one before many years ago, but I've never reviewed it, you know, on my page or on Rate Beer or Beer Advocate or anything like that. But I know I have had this in the past. So you didn't see it because by the time I got it up in front of the camera, there was a lot of carbonation smoke coming off that. And of course you have the foil, which is one of those things that kind of always annoys me, but hey, that's how it goes. As long as you take it off properly, you won't get get too much of it in the way. So I'm going to give it into a pour into this very nice stem glass I picked up on clearance at a Pier 1 import store. And I shop everywhere. I'm always looking for glassware. And hey, why not? I've been using this for a few days. I picked it up during the Christmas season 2013, and a couple of people who've seen pictures of it say, hey, it's very nice looking glass, and I really like it a lot. Lightweight glass, probably holds about 12, maybe 14 ounces of beer or whatever alcohol or brew that you want, or beer or liquid you want to put in it. But anyway, let's talk about this particular beer now. This here comes in with a very dark brown pour, and you can see there's this tremendous head. It's sort of an off-white tan head, soft and silky and kind of just sort of sitting there on top, leaving a bit of lacing. But again, I'm drinking this now probably around 55 degrees, so it's going to cause more head just because of the fact that it's not a really cold beer right now. So let's get right into the aroma on this. Again, it's been sitting for a year. I've had it fresh before, though not for a few years. So, what I gotta say, it's got a beautiful, very mellow, subtle aroma. And that's probably due to the aging. It's not in your face. Now, one thing about this beer is that it is a barley wine style ale, but it's an English barley wine style ale. So, what that means, it's not going to be quite as pungent, quite as boozy, quite as hoppy, quite as malty as some of the American barley wines. It's probably going to be a little more subtle, and that's what I'm getting in the aroma right now, because I'm picking up nothing that's really exploding in my face, but I'm definitely getting a nice array of nice dark malts, caramel malts, a little bit of fig, a touch of grass maybe, the roasted malt character. And of course, one thing about Shipyard, which I've remarked on before, is that they brew with the ringwood yeasts, and pretty much every beer you have from Shipyard, you pick up that sort of buttery, kind of unique aroma that ringwood yeasts brings out. It's really hard to define until you've had it. I mean, if you sit down and drink a Shipyard beer, pretty much any style, next to another well-known craft beer that's basically the exact same style, you will notice this kind of buttery, sort of biscuity sort of flavor and aroma, because it's due to those ringwood yeasts. They brew this with 6 different malts. So let's check out the taste on this. Oh, it's mellowed so well. I'm getting a decent body on this. I'd say it's still a fairly bold body, a medium to bold body. But I have to tell you, those dark malts are kicking in, the barley malts, and there's this very interesting sweetness. It's almost like a Belgian candied sugar sweetness that's coming up in there as well. Little plum, a little dark fruit, and maybe even a little molasses going on here. Maybe even some raisins. And I mean, you're just getting this really interesting array of dark fruits. Dark, not overripe fruits, but dark fruits all sort of melded together to bring out these juicy sort of flavors and this sweetness, and all combined to just make this a very nice drinking experience. Toasted malts. I mean, for those of you who've had barley wines, you're kind of used to this sort of pungent barley wine, sort of like, oh my goodness, let's pucker up my mouth and squint my eyes and try to drink this one down when it's fresh. This is about a year old, and I know I reviewed a barley wine here a week or so ago, and that one actually felt as if it had been aged already. This one has been aged, but it just has this really nice sweet character going on. Molasses, dark fruit, roasted malts, brown sugar. Think of other sort of synonyms for the word sweet. You're going to get those in this taste. Plus those sort of buttery ringwood yeasts. But the ringwood yeasts aren't quite as predominant here. I mean, I definitely got them because I'm so used to Shipyard brews and picking up that ringwood yeast on the nose or in the taste. But this one, the ringwood yeasts almost seem more subtle. They're there because you just can't miss out that sort of buttery, unique biscuit buttery flavor that the ringwood yeasts bring. However, you're bringing up this really good dark malty, dark sweetness, molasses. Oh, definitely a molasses. Definitely a brown sugar, a really nice sweet character. And if I didn't know any better, I know this is a barley wine, but it definitely doesn't come across as the type of barley wine you might expect. Comes across as more like a quad, as far as a Belgian style quad, as far as I'm concerned, except it's not quite as boozy as a quad can be. I mean, definitely the 8.5% ABV has been diminished a bit since it's been sitting in my cellar at about 55 to 60 degrees for pretty close to a year, and it's really diminished and just sort of continued to relax the whole experience. It's just kind of made everything much more subtle, but just definitely vibrantly fruity and sweet, and something I just can't define. So I guess I'm going to have to make a New Year's resolution here that I'm going to have to buy some more barley wine when it comes out in the next few months, and keep it in the cellar again and just hold on to it and don't drink it till December or January of the following year. I've had it fresh before, and it's still a pretty good beer, I'm going to say. It is still a pretty good beer, but letting it sit for that year has really made a world of a difference in the way this one has come out. So I'm very, very happy with this. I think it's really a very pleasant, easy to drink. Can't get enough of it, barley wine. So anyway, that's it for now. This is Shipyard Pugsley Series Barley Wine Style Ale, the 2012 edition. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.